Welcome back to Jersey Matters. Have you ever dreamed of running for office? Have you ever wanted to run for office and thought, well, that's going to be too expensive? Here's somebody that wants to put an end to that roadblock. Ron Rivers is the founder of OurSociety. Thank you so much for joining us. Explain what your organization does.
Sure. Well, first, thank you for having me. OurSociety is a nonpartisan nonprofit focused on removing some of the financial barriers associated with running campaigns for office at all levels, local and beyond. We do that through our free and open election campaign platform, where we allow any candidate to run for free. They have a profile where they can post unlimited articles and videos about their mandates. And for citizen users, we make it easier and more convenient than ever before to understand the information about their candidates, both through the articles and content and through our social value matching algorithm, which essentially is like a dating website for politics, matching them to candidates.
Is this up and running now?
Yeah, our beta launched last week.
And has any candidate come forward and said, hey, I want to be part of this?
Absolutely. We have 4 candidates on the platform right now. Peter Jacob and Lindsey Brown in NJ7, Javon Walker in NJ6, and Michael Bolenton in NJ12.
All congressional elections.
All congressional.
And I guess your hope would be, and I'm not sure why this wouldn't happen, and I'll get into that in a second, that every candidate would take part in this.
Ideally, that would be the vision, yes, that we could have all candidates on a singular platform where citizens have access to everything in a uniform format, very easily accessible from their home, or their tablet, wherever.
And one of the goals you have, and you stated your primary goal, but one of the goals you have is to get younger people more involved in the election process.
Absolutely, yes.
And how do you, I can see a couple of ways you would do that, but I want you to say it. Explain how that happens.
Sure. Well, there's a common misconception that a lot of people not voting in youth is an apathy thing. They just don't care. We disagree. We believe that it's an agency thing. It's a matter of control and information. So by allowing young voters who are not engaged to just tell us about themselves and allow our data-driven algorithm to make a match for them, we believe this is going to give them an extra potential to vote because they're going to have more information about how specific candidates align with the issues that matter most to them.
So you're collecting information on the voters that come to your site?
Voters opt in for the information by answering a series of questions. We have a database of 500 questions to start, but the database can grow exponentially because users can submit questions, so the platform grows as society changes.
Do you have any plans now or in the future of selling that information?
Absolutely not. That's in our bylaws, and it's advertised very upfront. Right now, we are a nonpartisan nonprofit. We'll never sell any of the data. This is a social project for the social good.
Because that's valuable. You understand that if you start, if this were to grow and you were able to collect that kind of information, I would think there's a lucrative business in being able to sell that.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in that, to be candid with you. I already own an e-commerce business. This is a passion project. This is doing something for society. Money always is a great motivator to some people, but for myself and many other in my generation, it's not what drives me to get up in the morning.
So not only are you trying to get young people to vote, but I would think the other side of that is because you're offering a platform that doesn't cost any money up front, I would imagine, for the candidates, you would be encouraging young people to run as well.
Absolutely. The whole purpose of the platform is to empower more people to run for office. That teacher who wants to run and make a change in her community, but doesn't have the network or capability to do so, or the connections of the finance. Any candidate can run for free. It doesn't matter, we're nonpartisan, doesn't matter what party. Any candidate can set up a profile, they can put information on the platform, and they can be matched to citizens within their community.
It's funny because I would think that even if I had the finances, even if I had the backing of a party, and I had all the money to run on TV ads, why wouldn't I take part in this?
I agree with you. That's our perspective as well. I think some of the challenge we face is candidates who are incredibly entrenched may not want to be on the same platform with candidates who are not, maybe just for vision, right? Just for the idea of not giving it credibility, perhaps. I'm not really sure. We've reached out to every candidate running so far for Congress at least 4 times. So we're making a lot of outreach. We're doing a lot of just on the move, going to events and talking to people about the platform. But I also agree with you that every candidate running for office should be on this platform. It only makes the information easier to access for the citizens and their potential voter base.
Is it only in New Jersey right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Our beta is only in New Jersey. It's actually only in NJ6 and 7 and 12 at the moment because that's the only places we have candidates.
But if other candidates were to come to you, you have the ability to expand?
Absolutely. We have the ability to expand, and also I should mention we have Google grants supporting our advertising, so any candidate who we advertise in the communities that the candidates are running in. So not only do they have the ability to reach these people in the community, but our team is taking active effort in promoting the platform so more people can see which candidates are on the platform and which candidates really believe in a more free, open, and transparent election process.
How old are you?
34.
How many, there's a reason for that question, not just out of curiosity. Why do people in your age group not vote?
I think the problem is a lack of agency. It's hard to really get out and be motivated to vote when you don't have the proper information about who's running and how they'll really benefit you. A lot of what we see is on TV. It's hyper-sensationalized, and it doesn't really give a true picture of what the candidate stands for. Not only that, but statistically, candidates spend half their time fundraising. They're not spending half their time, that half could be, community outreach. It could be doing more events.
Well, you're not going to stop that.
Well, that may be the case, but for candidates, for example, who are running for a small local community election, this is a way to reach their entire community with little to no financial investment. Of course, on a higher level, congressional level, there's more to it. But this platform is not just for Congress.
Yeah, and I think that's a great clientele, especially to start with this for some of the local elections where they can't afford TV advertising.
Absolutely.
And so it's smart that you're going in that direction. We haven't got to the most important stuff. How do people go to your site?
They go to www.oursociety.org.
Okay, and that's for not only citizens, but for candidates as well.
Absolutely, they both sign up there. If candidates are interested, they have to contact us directly. We have to set them up with a special profile, but there's instructions on how to do that on the website.
Wonderful, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me,
I really
Larry.
appreciate it. Ron Rivers is the founder of Our Society. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Coming up next, the call for a constitutional convention comes to New Jersey. We'll explain when Jersey Matters continues.